It comes automatically. It's two sides of the same coin. But we normally teach them, do what is right, do what is right. Without teaching them, do not do what is wrong. Say no to what is wrong, because saying no is a very unpleasant, very difficult kind of a dialogue to utter. Hence, if today I learned something from my guru, it is to say no to what is wrong, to say no to what is unnecessary, to simplify lives, to take responsibility from start to finish, not midway through, not halfway through. There is one shloka that, you know, we were learning in our yoga class, and then it kind of stuck in my head, where it said, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnameva Vashishyate. No, I'm missing one word. Can you tell me in the group, does someone remember this? Isha Upanishad, no? Okay. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnat Purnamas. From perfection, if you take perfection, you are still left with perfection. I mean, I remember the English translation. So, wait, my daughter's got it for me. Let me read it out and not waste. Isavashya Upanishad, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva, Vashishyate. Right?
I got it.
This is perfect. That is perfect. From perfection comes perfection. If you take perfection from perfection, you are still left with perfection. It is such a beautiful, actually physicists and my professor at IIM Bangalore, he would take Gita lessons, Gita management, take classes and we had enrolled some things. These also come up. He related this with mathematics and with the infinite symbol and taught us how this really is, you know, quantum physics at its highest. At the same time, it is the simplest to understand. Purnat Purnamu Dachyate. From perfection comes perfection. So every step of our lives, every SOP of our bureaucracy, of our governance, of our administration, we cannot say this is a small step, that is a bigger step. Return filing is big. Portal being available or not is not big. Everything is big and important in itself. The receptionist smiling at you with a welcoming smile from the heart is as big as the availability of forms to download in time from the portal. There is nothing that is small, nothing that is big. Hence, everything falls in place together. Purnat, Purnamudachyate. From perfection of each step, your final perfection is guaranteed. You don't even have to think about outcomes. They will all seamlessly blend into a perfect Purnamudachyate. So this is something I learned along my journey of life, and it kind of helped to simplify my life. Because not only do I not bring in unnecessary things, I also understand that my contingent staff is as important as Chairman CBDT. The job he is doing is as important, to be as much respected as the job of Chairman CBDT. Both are to be kind of judged on their own merits. So Purnat Purnamudachyate should inform governance, administration, everything that happens in my office, the way the files move, what time the audit comes to me, morning or evening, have they thought about it? So putting thought into our every step creates perfect outcomes. And it is so simple because, again, it is part of that whole awareness process. Be aware of everything that you do. You know, our Indian masters, philosophers, spiritual guides, everyone talks of awareness. That awareness should inform the way we interact with you. My daughter asked me, this adversarial, let us stop adversarial relations. Department should not be adversarial with its taxpayers or with the authorized representatives. We keep hearing this word everywhere. It's a very, now, very in your face kind of a management lingo. Not adversarial. Fair enough. So daughter, she just finished his first year in law, second year law has started 5 law program. She wanted to know, what is this adversarial? How can you, as an income tax department, Amni, be adversarial with your taxpayer? Their taxes are paying your salary. Our home is running because of their taxes. Is it possible to be adversarial with your paymaster? Set me thinking. Adversarial is something that is so unnatural in the relationship between the tax department and its primary stakeholder, taxpayer, other stakeholder, you who represent taxpayers. So by saying that we are not adversarial as a department any longer, perhaps at some time in the past we used to be, we have junked that mindset. We have given up. We are now into taxpayer service, into a very cooperative mechanisms. We are just returning to the natural state of things, because adversarial was never natural. My little one could get it, because she doesn't carry any of this baggage of bureaucracy, governance, power, influence, and so on and so forth, that we over the years have accumulated as junk in our heads. Life is simple. Nature is simpler. If we are aligned with nature, everything around us, including our relationships, the way I look at you and the way you look at me, the way I can trust you and the way you can trust me, that becomes part of nature. And if that becomes part of nature, it cannot be adversarial, because adversarial is unnatural. It cannot define the relationship between us. So slowly, maybe through this whole pandemic and the life that we have now started to imbibe, the complete relook at our assumptions and our philosophies of living, somewhere along the way, we have also come to realize that being closer to nature is a more correct way of living than being away from nature. If that be the foundation, we build on it, even in the relationship that you and I share. The youngsters who will today speak, who are today trying to recall what their gurus have taught them, somehow this relationship, CA to CA, CA to department, government with taxpayer, all these are networks of relationships. They can really be very light and, imbued with happiness and spiritual content. Need not be based on mistrust and weighed down by legacy traditions and mindsets. It is so easy. When Geeta ma'am, yesterday we stood to take pictures. So everybody, let's remove, like very naughty children, let's remove mask, let's get a good picture. We know inside each one of us, it is not allowed. But still everyone, with a very childlike glee, we all removed our masks, held on and took a picture. And I told them, don't post it on social media because my job will go. So that was a simple childlike moment when all 5, 6 of us who were in that frame of picture were feeling one. No one felt that, this is in Hindi paraya, the other. There is no other. All are ours. All are mine. So once I expand that and say, you are mine, there cannot be there cannot be any enmity, adversarial relationship possible. There may be difference. We will have our differences. We'll agree to disagree. Or maybe one of us fine-tune his or her thought and get aligned with the other. Many things can happen, but the othering cannot happen because you are mine. So if you are mine and if you are not the other, the possibility of an adversarial relationship is not their ab initio. With these few thoughts, I thought I would kind of leave you to celebrate your Teacher's Day in advance. I will recall my teacher, and I will recall the inputs that have kind of helped to keep me on a, let's say, not a correct path, but a medium balanced path, where without godfathers also we have kind of decent in the department, being able to contribute, do what's, at least try to do what's right. There's a whole country that is looking to you and that is looking to me in these very difficult times for revenue. So even though I am not going to talk tax, I am just going to end by saying, at every moment when you are advising your client on tax payment, whether to pay more or less, when you are tax planning for them, I would like you to just keep this in mind, that do what is right by your conscience, by the country, and by the difficult times that are there. Perhaps a decade ago, revenues may have been flowing in easily, so there was no need to, scratch and pull our hairs trying to pay taxes. Today is a difficult. People are facing business closures, unemployment, job losses. In these difficult times, government also needs revenue. You must do the balancing, because you are perfectly positioned between the government and the person who is either suffering or not suffering. So your counsel will be so important for the country, because your counsel will determine what resources come in, how well our hospitals get provisioned, where the oxygen supplies can now, the manufacturings can now be set up. All those things, imagine the next meeting you are having with your client across the table. Think of it as supplying an oxygen cylinder somewhere. Think of it as creating 2 new classrooms in a government school. And tune and train and modulate your advice and your plans and your counsels accordingly. You have a very important place in the country. And that is why your place and the place that government and tax administrators have must work with trust, friendship, open hearts, sincerity, and a great positive energy that is aligned with nature. Thank you so much for remembering me, for calling me today. I look forward to many, many more interactions with you. Thank you. I think that is my 15th. I've exceeded.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Reddy, sir.
Sir, unmute.
Thank you, ma'am, for such inspiring words.
Reddy, sir, moderator yaar.
Sir, shall I continue, sir? Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
ma'am, for such inspiring words. We feel so blessed to have you today on this Teachers' Day celebration. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call Ebenezer, our student speaker, to deliver his speech. Ebenezer, over to you.
Good afternoon to one and all. Today is an auspicious occasion where we get a chance to acknowledge the hard work of the teacher who mold the students into future leaders. 5th September is celebrated as the Teachers' Day throughout the country since the year 1962 on the birth anniversary of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, the second President of India. When he became the President of India, few of the students are requested them to celebrate his birthday on 5th September. On this, he asked them to celebrate the birthday as a Teacher's Day, not as his birthday. This would make him happy happier and even more prouder. Ever since the day is celebrated as Teachers' Day, teachers are not necessarily present only in schools. Everywhere, in every surroundings, someone teaches Sorry, sir. Some network issues.
Continue, ma.
We pray for your good health and well-being all through. Thank you.
Thank you, Ebenezer.
Thank you.
Now I would like to call Shruti to introduce our guest speaker, CA K. Aravind sir.
Good evening, all. A very happy Teachers' Day in advance to all the members present over here. On this special event, I feel privileged to invite CA Aravind sir. He is the chairman of Corporate Law Subcommittee of Chengalpattu branch of SARC of ICAI for the year 2021. He has completed his bachelor's degree in commerce from the University of Madras. He possesses good practical knowledge in the field of accounting and auditing. He has good experience in setting up small and medium enterprises and providing advisory services for statutory and legal compliances. He has given various lectures on various topics in professional and educational forums. I welcome you, sir. I request CA Aravind sir to address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm thankful to the SICASA team for giving me this opportunity to talk before this youth and dynamic gathering. Thanks to the chairman, Sivachandra Reddy sir, for this opportunity. Before I start, I would like to thank all my teachers I've had in my life. This being a gathering of chartered accountants and future chartered accountants, I especially thank those who have been guiding me through my chartered accountancy career. Starting from TG Suresh sir, who taught me the ABC of taxation, to one of our favorite authors and guest of honor present before us today, C.G. Shekhar sir. I'm dedicating this oration to all you great teachers. The program is titled as ACHARYA DEVO BHAVA. I was intrigued by the title and I looked up for its translation. A teacher is equal to God. Yes, it is true. It only reminds me of the quote that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. That is how big a role a teacher plays in one's life. We have all had a lot of teachers, starting from our parents and grandparents who taught us our first words, our kindergarten teachers who taught us our first letters, our teachers in school who helped us read and write in sentences, the teachers who taught us basic mathematics, our sports coaches who pushed us to our limits, the lab assistants who put up with all our mischiefs and gave their hands-on training whenever we needed it, our high school teachers who have been with us in our adolescent ages, our college professors who have guided us through our graduation, our CA faculties and mentors who have taught, motivated, and guided us to the place where we are here today. All the wonderful gurus around us who taught us to live and love in the society. Isn't it a blessing to have all of them for us? Aren't they all a part of us to what we are today? Almost all of us have heard of the story of Ekalayva from the Mahabharata. Ekalayva's story is a legend in itself. He lived a life fit to be quoted along the phrase Acharya Devo Bhava. The legend goes that he was a better archer than Arjuna. While Arjuna was a royal prince and had trained day in and day out with the royal teacher in the craft of archery, all Ekalavya had was devotion and dedication to his master and the craft. There is no joy for a teacher than having a devoted and a dedicated student look up to him. The next thing is your mind. Like soil nurturing a plant, it is your mind that nurtures your knowledge. Your mind has to be soft and accepting to the teachings so that you grow. Never let it solidify with a sense of accomplishment. Be eager to learn at all times. Even the great philosopher and poet Avaya accepts that her knowledge is limited when she writes, Katrathu kaiman nalavu, kalladhathu ulagalavu. Katrathu kaiman nalavu, kalladhathu ulagalavu. Meaning, what I have learned is a mere handful, and what's left is the size of the world itself. So it is in our hands of what we learn from our gurus. A good student remembers his teacher. Better are the ones who remembers their teachings, and the best are those who thank them through actions. While we are at praising all the teachers, how can we forget our principals with whom we have worked under during our articleship tenure? From putting up with our silly questions, our crazy ideas, our mistakes, and molding us as a respectable person in the society today, they have all taught a lot, haven't they? Teaching us how to handle clients, how to work, how to study, how to schedule our time, how to present ourselves before authorities, how to write emails, how to draft replies to notices, and God knows how much more we have learned during the time of our articleship. They have literally changed us from a student at the age of 19 or 20 years to a respected person in the society today. We have to agree that the transition is very enormous. I agree that there is always articleship is not always a pleasant experience. I have had my fair share of complaints against my boss also. That he hasn't teached. I had complaints that he isn't teaching me how to work and is always pushing me to do stuff that I'm not equipped to handle with just my academic knowledge. But now, when I look back, I see the point he had to make. You can't learn to swim wearing a life jacket. Learning doesn't happen in our comfort zone. Learning starts only when we step out of our comfort zone and roll up our sleeves and start doing things what we are required to do. Not just in the course of audits and assignments. Even in life, you must have it in you to handle situations that you're unprepared for and embrace the learning process and take up responsibility at every inch of life. My principal used to say, it doesn't suffice to do your best. You need to do what is required of you. Even for exams, he doesn't wish to do your best. He always says, finish it successfully and return quick. So have faith in God, your guru, and proceed with the devotion and dedication day in and day out. Days are not far that you take the stage and talk with pride and agree, like I do now, that each of my teachers is God, and without them, I'm nobody. Thanks again for the opportunity.
Very good, Ravind.
Aishwarya, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very glad to introduce our immediate past chairperson of Chengalpattu District Branch of SCRC of ICI and today's speaker, Ms. C.A. Geeta Kumar. Welcome, ma'am. She has completed BCom and passed CA in 1988 and practicing chartered accountant for past 33 years. And presently, she is a partner in Ms. Nizar and Kumar Chartered Accountant Chennai. Further, she is a qualified DISA of ICI, qualified peer reviewer of ICI, qualified insolvency professional, and qualified independent women director of Tamil Nadu Government Nidhi Company. She is the active life member in various professional bodies like Chartered Accountants Study Circle Chennai, Society of Auditors Chennai, and immediate past chairperson of Chengalpattu District Branch of SCRC of ICI, and faculty member of IBC classes organized by ICI. And she has presented papers in various forums, including SCRC of ICI Tambram, CPA Study Circle, Chartered Accountant Study Circle, Kanchipuram District Branch, and etc. And MA in Yoga for Human Excellence. We welcome you, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Respected Chief Guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Madam, our CCM G. Shekhar Sir, my dear professional colleagues, and my dear students. A very good evening to one and all present here. My pronouns to all teachers present here. Every practicing CA is a teacher. Let me wish you all a happy Teachers' Day. Mata Pita Guru Deva. In Sanskrit, there is a couplet, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, and Guru is Maheshwara, and Guru is everything. Guru is leading us to the final attainment. This is philosophy. Coming to our regular life. From school days itself, all of you would have spent most of your time in school or college with your friends and teachers than with your family. Leave this Corona period, schooling, where students are not enjoying it. Teachers are the persons who are laying your foundation, properly taking care of you and shaping you. They guide you in the right path with ethics and morals right from your school days. I salute every teacher. CA course is like Guru Shishya Parampara. Teachers are like, in Tamil there is a word called Eni Padigal. By ladder, you go up step by step. But ladder does not come with you. Ladder stays there to take care of and uplifting others. Teachers are like ladders. Foundation is laid by them. You should understand the great sacrifice by teachers. They sacrifice their life for the sake of students. Teachers do this without any expectation. Students, most of you must be knowing that birthday of our president, former president, Sarvapalli Dr. Radhakrishnan is celebrated as Teachers' Day on 5th September every year. I'm sure many of you would have taken up articleship with the CA. Your auditor would be inculcating all good values, ethical and moral standards in you. This is required not only for your professional life, but for your personal life also to become a good citizen. Take their guidance in the proper way. Give them the due respect. Even now, we used to visit our school teachers and greet them to give them happiness. Let me mention about my guru, my principal here, Mr. A.P. Kumar. I did my articleship in 1980s, got qualified in 1988, 33 years of professional experience now. I learned all good virtues from my principal: straightforwardness, courage, clarity in thinking, ethics, perfection, positive thinking, so on and on. What I am today, I owe to the profession and to my guru. Full credit goes to him in my success story. I have passion for teaching. Even today, I'm happy to train the article students myself. It really gives me great pleasure. On this good day, auspicious day, wishing every student a great future, stay safe. Wishing every teacher a happy and healthy life. Thanks to the Chengalpattu branch and Sikasa team for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Next, I call upon Mahata to introduce CA Tirupati, sir.
I take immense pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, CA Sri Tirupati, sir. Sir had been a science student during his high secondary school of education. Sir had graduated from Madurai Kamaraj University with flying colors. He had secured 7th position in the whole university level in the course BBA. He had been an active participant in NCC and was also a sports person. After his undergraduation, he entered CA course through direct entry scheme. Adding a feather to his cap, he had cleared CA exams in the first attempt. Sir had traveled from island to island for career development. Sir had got a golden opportunity of being a consultant and manager of internal controls relating to infrastructure framework in PDO, Petroleum Development Oman, which is the leading oil and gas exploration and production company in the Sultanate. He continued his service there for a period of 2 years. And sir had also worked in MD Holding Company LLC which is an Omani conglomerate. Sir had worked there for a period of 12 years and currently is back to India. He's continuing his service in our motherland. Owing to his work experience in oil-related companies, Sir possesses the characteristic of that of a lubricant. He actually makes others shine, glow with his inspiring words, his constant support, and seamless encouragement and dynamic motivation. Thank you, sir. We feel so blessed to have you today. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Magda. Such a very great introduction about me. Adding to what Geeta ma'am said and Aravind has told about the role of teachers in our life, take my life as a best example how the teacher turn around a normal or average student to become a chartered accountant. The two with a different stream. I did my, as Magda said, I did my 11th and 12th with maths biology. So interesting subjects, maths, physics, chemistry, and all, with different ambition to become some other professions, but I couldn't. Then I moved to BBA, wherein I learned a lot of business concepts and business communication, style psychology, so many things, all because of only through the dedicated and very sincere effort from my teachers, from my school and colleges, college, and then currently what we are learning, all these things, all because only through the teachers' dedication. Okay, after doing the BBA, then as Magda said, I did score some position 7th or whatever it is. That's fine. But the learning, what I got through my teachers, my professors, that is still with me in that lifetime. Even the principals, when I did my CA course, I got a lot of knowledge from them. Like Arvind said that he did get a kind of a lot of guidance from his principals. The same thing, like Geeta ma'am said, so many value-added principles, life discipline things, what we got it from our principals or keeps in us in a very high profile like that. So after doing that CA, then I try to go forward that either to start practice here or not. Then I discuss with my principal, my senior, then the guidance, see, each level of our life, like from our school days, elementary school, like Reddy sir, he started with that, from elementary school to high school to college, our profession, the role of teachers is amazing. They are the one who help us to make, my example, different streams, from +2 different, BBA different setup, then become CA. Here I have to take my teachers in CA faculty, like I'm so blessed to get the knowledge from like T.N. Manokaran sir, Bhupati sir, well, then Sivakumar sir, then Venkata Sivakumar sir, and then TGS as Aravind said, and yes, why not, the most beloved MDV sir. So I got all this good knowledge from them. That's the reason I can become a CA. It's not my only effort, my only interest towards what I learned, or what is my dedication or self-motivation. It's not only that, the teacher, the instrumental for our growth. Each day I learn from my teacher. So they taught how to go with the professional course, how to break that entire problem in small pieces, even the subjects, how to make a daily schedule, how to learn like that. And they taught me how to revise it once in a week or not in once in 2 weeks. Like, so this is how the role of teacher in our life. Mata, Pita, Guru, Deva. That's the one which says, yes, of course, teachers are placed in before the God. Yes, of course. Teachers are the one who gave us the life to lead and who taught us to grow further and is also to guide others what we are today now. So from teachers' guidance, I got that lot of traits, personal traits, and then said how to make ourselves motivated, self-motivation. Even at sports level, guys, future CAs, the young CAs, I just try to share my interest for us half a minute. Like sports is the one of the important thing. If not sports, try to have that music, or whatever dance, whatever it is, your Carnatic or the one like that. Because that gives us the great level of understanding the teamwork, how to understand the problem, how to solve the problems, how to lead, how to motivate, how to go as a team. So these are the things we learned from, rather, I learned a lot from the sports and NCC, social service, so many things we learned it. So what I learned from the teachers, how they guided me, like focus on what I'm doing, how to make myself giving more interest on what I'm doing, and self-motivation and continuous learning, consistent in my performance, all dedicated to my teachers. With that, I'm trying to conclude with a last note on Mr. Balasubramaniam, the senior most in our branch. Great thanks to him. We fondly call him as our guru, as well as to our Satya Narayanan, the vice chairperson, as our mentor. With that note, thank you so much. Over to Magda. Magda, please, over to you.
Now I'd like to call Tilaga to introduce our guest speaker, CA TV Muthu Abhirami ma'am. Over to you, Tilaga.
Please unmute.
Glad to welcome our next speaker of the day, CA TV Muthu Abhirami ma'am. Ma'am is a practicing advocate. She completed law from the School of Excellence in Law, Chennai. She is also a member of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. She holds a postgraduate degree in law and specialized in business law. Ma'am also holds a diploma in international taxation awarded by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. Muthu Abhirami ma'am was the chairman of Direct Tax Committee and Research Committee constituted by the Kanchipuram branch of SIRC of ICAI for the year 2019-20. She is a guest faculty for LLM in Tamil Nadu, Dr. Ambedkar Law University, Taramani. Ma'am is a life member of Revenue Bar Association and All India Federation of Tax Practitioners. I once again welcome you, ma'am. I request Muthu Abhirami ma'am to address the gathering.
Thank you, Tilaga. Thank you for your wonderful introduction. Very good evening to everybody. When I was asked to talk about my principal, I think it is indeed a blessing and a honor to talk about my principal, CA Tanappa, my father. I attribute my CA qualification to his persistent efforts in ensuring that I become a CA. To begin, my principal is a man of principle. He would never compromise on violation of any law, even if it means that he would lose some potential clients. He doesn't like to waste time. According to him, wastage of time is a crime. He always says, the thing that you waste is the thing that will be a shortage in your life, be it time, money, energy, or any resource. His clients were always limited. So during articleship period, after finishing the work, he would always insist that I study the CA journal, the student journal, and any other professional publication. And he too would do the same. Always he would be studying something. Or now he is watching webinars or presentations in YouTube. He says that don't wait till you get a client to study the subject. Keep your axe sharp, and it has definitely kept me in good stead. Next is he would accept a work only based on an availability of time. If someone comes in the last minute, he wouldn't accept the work. He believes in attending to all the clients personally and ensures quality of work to his utmost satisfaction. During articleship time, he encouraged me to take part in SICASA activities. And that is how I was the vice chairman of SICASA at that point of time. It was much to my surprise because as a father, he discouraged extracurricular activities in schools and colleges. But I never listened to him. That's a different thing. I participated in all of them. But during articleship, I was very reluctant to join SICASA, but he encouraged me and insisted that I join SICASA. Yet another quality which I would like to emulate from him is that he's never shy to ask any doubts or get clarification on any subject which he might not know, be it computers or technology or core subjects. He knows how to use a Google Pay. While I do not know, I am still a check writer. As a father and as a CA, he immensely helped me during the exam preparation. Actually, he would prepare a question bank based on the past exam questions And 30% of the questions would be that is asked in the exam would be from that, what he prepared and gave. It's a different thing whether he studied that and scored marked or not, but he has that question back. And he would diligently accompany me till my exam hall for every single exam, right from CPT to CA final. I must say that I'm blessed, and gratitude to Lord Almighty for that. The most toughest paper I feel is auditing and assurance standards in final, CA final. He prepared brief notes on each auditing standard and gave me a gist of it. I prepared only that when it came to the standards on auditing. And I scored 72 in my CA final, and I feel that is a very big achievement. And he is very interested to learn new things. He has not represented before the income tax tribunal until I took up legal practice. After I started my independent practice, whenever I would be struck in High Court or NCLT, and if I had a case in income tax tribunal, he would chip in and help me out on such occasions. So this is the brief about my principle, but my presentation would be incomplete if I fail to thank two of my other seniors, Shri Kalyan Jabak, advocate, and Shri Bhanushekar, chartered accountant. Kalyan sir is my first senior, from whom I learned the fundamentals of litigation, both drafting and court craft. Kalyan sir was extremely soft-spoken, and he would ensure that the bar is raised every time when a new case comes up. He is very open-minded for new ideas. And during all the meetings, whether it is a client meeting, whether it is a briefing with the senior, or whether it is a team meeting, he always allowed me to express my point of view, in spite of the fact that I was the junior most in the team. He gave me ample opportunities to draft and represent before the High Court and ensure that I did well. And coming to Bhanu sir, whatever little tax practice that I am doing today, it is only because I was his junior. He has very high standards for work, and even an attempt to match his expectation would ensure success. Till date, whenever I prepare a draft, I would mentally ask myself that if this draft goes to Bhanu sir, will he accept the draft or not? He was very encouraging, and he would openly praise juniors if they did well. Once there was a hopeless case on section 68. After I finished the draft, I showed it to him. He saw that and remarked that if at all this case has to be allowed, it will be only for your drafting, Muthu, nothing in the facts. So, and one quality with which both Kalyan sir and Bhanu sir had is that they mastered the court craft. Both would be very polite with the bench, at the same time assertive. Whenever there is any disconnect with the bench, and if the bench is not right, I have not seen them pointing out to the bench directly. They won't say that the bench is wrong. They will change the way of the presentation and bring the same argument from a different angle. Similarly, facts, they would be extremely thorough with the facts. I have heard both of them tell me, Muthu, take care of the facts. Law will take care of itself. And similarly, both had the mock sessions. Before we argue a matter live on the court, both ensured that we had a mock session. So wonderful times. I am recalling wonderful times by way of this. So this is in brief about my direct seniors. At this moment, I would also thank my school teachers, my college professors, my CA teachers, and my other mentors and seniors who are all instrumental in what I am today and what I will be in the years to come. Thank you, Sikasa, for this wonderful opportunity given to me to express myself, my gratitude for my teachers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very inspiring for us to hear that you were previous Sikasa member. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All the best to all of you.
Now I'd like to thank you so much, ma'am. Now I'd like to call Priyadashni to give a brief introduction about our guest of honor, CA G. Shekhar sir. Over to you, Priyadashni.
Please unmute yourself. Priyadashni, we're not able to hear you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. On this special evening, I feel glad to introduce guest of honor, C.G. Shekhar sir, member of Central Council of ICA. He is a great motivator for chartered accountants in practice and in employment and CA students through his effective and convincing communication style. And he is in practice as a chartered accountant since 1986. He is a member of the Expert Study Group Committee, Central Board of Direct Taxes, New Delhi, to study the Direct Tax Code Bill in 2006, and a member of Direct Tax Law Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in 2011 to 12, and Vice Chairman in 2013 to 14, and Chairman in 14-15. And well-known he is a well-known speaker in the Vadigati Career Guidance Program for Commerce Curriculum conducted by Dinamalar magazine and has addressed more than 1 lakh students in the last 5 years in Chennai, Coimbatore, Tirupur, Salem, Madurai, and Puducherry. And he is a writer of articles of professional interest in journals like Taxman, Financial Express, Current Tax Reporter, Business Line, etc. And he is a faculty member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and its branches and other professional and management institutions for CA Intermediate, IPCC, and CA Final level for the subjects of income tax, service tax, VAT, direct tax law, etc. And he is an author of professional books and books for CA students. Books for CA students, and he has authored 33 books covering the entire curriculum of CA course. Once again, I welcome you, sir, and I request CA G. Sekhar, sir, to address the gathering. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Priyadarshini, for an excellent introduction. Chief guest of the session, Jagan Sir Akhtar, IRS, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time presenting here and addressing our students. Today's speakers, CA Aravind, CA Geeta ma'am, CA Tirupati, CA Muthu Abirami, both chartered accountant come advocate and practicing, I think so, as an advocate. And all members, future chartered accountants. It is a great pleasure to me before you on this memorable occasion of a day before Teachers' Day. I'm just recollecting my school days. Teachers' Day will be celebrated as a big function, oratorical contest, essay writing contest. So many competition will be conducted in schools. Students will be awarded prize on remembrance of our past President of India, late Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, a great professor. In his memory, we are celebrating this day. Dear students, I would like to share two things with you. One is the role of a teacher, because today you may be the student, parallelly you may be teacher to somebody. Secondly, the role of a student also. Role of a teacher, role of a student. Tamil is a language I love, respect, enjoy. தமிழ்ல ரொம்ப அருமையா சொல்லிட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா தாம்பரம் பிரான்ச்னால தமிழ் எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும். எழுத்தறிவித்தவன் இறைவன் ஆவான். எழுத்தறிவித்தவன் இறைவன் ஆவான். The person who taught you is the God. That's the same thing Madam Geeta told. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. So the person from whom you are learning is God. Who taught you in life is a God. So now, keeping this word in mind, what is the role of a teacher? Because I have age, experience, and social responsibility also, I can communicate through this effective media. There are a lot of teachers are here. Future chartered accountants going to be teachers are here. What is the role of a teacher? Today, the parents are thinking teacher means my son or daughter should get a best marks in his mark sheet. Then the teacher is a good teacher. In my experience as a chartered accountant, the mark sheet is not a yardstick. Once again, I'll repeat, mark sheet is not a yardstick for a success in life. Mark sheet is only a gate pass entering a career. Mark sheet is not a yardstick for success in life. I'll repeat. Mark sheet is a gate pass for the career. But mark sheet is not a yardstick for success in the career. Why I am telling this, as a practicing chartered accountant, I have a lot of clients who has not even got first class in the college. Some of the clients may not even cross the schooling, but doing a wonderful business, running a wonderful industry, living more ethically than an educated person. Why I am sharing this? Immediately don't go and quote. Shakers are told don't get big high marks. I am not told like that. The role of a teacher, not only teaching subject, the role of a teacher, because learning through books, learning through teaching is something different, and learning through observing a person, learning from observing an action, learning from observing a thing, which is more essential in life. For example, I can tell, seeing a crow, what I learned. Seeing a crow, what I learned. Two things. When you give food to the crow, it will shout and call all the crows and then only eat. First thing I learned, sharing and caring. No crow will eat food alone. Sharing and caring. Sharing of food or not only, sharing the knowledge also very important. My father used to advise me. He has not crossed his 3rd standard, but he used to advise me in Tamil. ஆற்றை தேக்கி வைத்தால் பயன் உண்டு, அறிவை தேக்கி வைத்தால் பயன் இல்லை. ஆற்றை தேக்கி வைத்தால் பயன் உண்டு, அறிவை தேக்கி வைத்தால் பயன் இல்லை. It means are you able to hear me? Because there is a small power cut.
Yes, sir.
Because some power cut taken place. Okay. If you build a dam on a river, store the water, it will be useful for the society. But you have the storing the knowledge only with you, not sharing. The knowledge is no way beneficial for them. The same thing the crow also says, not only sharing food, we have to share our knowledge. The second big thing, what I personally learned from an ant, I learned so many things from my teachers. If you want, I can tell from my memory. The teacher who taught me the 1st standard, Madam Esther, no more. second standard Jayalakshmi, like that up to college and articleship, I can tell all the name of my teachers. Even today, my 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th standard teacher, where I studied in Besant Theosophical School, Tiruvanmiyur, she is 91 years in Adaya, staying there. She, even once in a year, I will go and meet her. Why I'm telling, that is school learning. But as a student, you have to learn through observation that is more permanent. How many of you seen an ant going one behind one? When an ant is going in a row, put a block on it. Something block it. It will never bother. From the ant, I learned, when you are setting a goal, any block coming, anything stop, any speed break comes, don't bother about. Take diversion, go to the goal. Like that. So many things we can learn. I would like to tell the teaching community one responsibility. We are not only teaching the subject, we are nurturing the next generation to the society. We are nurturing the next generation to the society. It is our responsibility to give honest, humble, value, ethical based citizen to this world, not only to the country. Because why I won't use the word country now? In Tamil we said, Yadumure Yavarum Keliyar. Yadumure Yavarum Keliyar. Thirakadal Odiyum Thiraviyam Thedu. So you have to go around the world. So it is the responsibility of the teachers to nurture the next generation with a discipline, with an ethics, with a value to the society. Then only the society will be more happy. If it is a no value society or no ethical society, no humanitarian society, what today we are seeing in Taliban, then we can't live in a peaceful world. So we need an ethical society, disciplined society, value-based society, responsible-based society. All this is in the hands of the teachers. Why I am telling all in the hands of the teachers? In a human career, leaving the spouse, any human generation, maximum time invested only with the teachers. Maximum time invested only with the teachers. At least in my age, I entered the school only after at the age of 6. Only after completed 5, we are permitted to enter the school. Today, at the age of 2.5, virtual education started in pre-KGs in so many schools. So the child is investing. The human beings are investing from the age of 3 to 23. Only with the teachers, almost 20 years of their life. So if I remove the time invested with the spouse, the maximum time invested at the time of learning is only invested with the teacher. So every student is observing. Every human being is observing from the teacher and learning learn what they taught as a subject. So it is the responsibility of the teachers to show their punctuality, to show their discipline, to show their commitment, to show the values, to show the ethics for the society, for the betterment of the society. Now I will come to the students on this auspicious day. I am very happy you are respecting the teachers. But let me ask one student sitting here. Anybody can answer, switch on the mic and answer, if the organizers permit. Who is the best teacher you have to remember? Any one student can answer. Even the organizer. Who is the best teacher to remember? Yes, Mahata. Tell me.
Mother, sir, mother. Amma.
Other than mother and father leave. I am asking about teachers. Who is the greatest teacher you have to respect? Any other person? I may be right or wrong, I don't know. But I always have a feeling, who is the best teacher I have to respect permanently in my life? Not my CA teachers. I respect the teacher. I am telling the most respectable teacher, most admirable teacher. My first teacher who taught me how to write these days A, those days A, because we started in Tamil medium. How to write, put A. Today the teacher how make you to write A. She is the best teacher for you. Today you may be speaking a wonderful English, wonderful Hindi, wonderful Tamil. I may be speaking. But those teachers who taught me how to speak in English, how to speak tax, how to speak corporate law, how to speak information technology, all are built a building. Who put the foundation? How to write A? When I don't know how to hold a pencil, I don't know how to put a slash, but made me to write A, made me to write apple. What a great patience. What a great commitment. How many of us remember the teacher? Really, you have to respect the teacher who really taught you. According to me, the first teacher who taught me how to write the first letter in my notebook or my, because those days we used to have a slate. Today it is not there. Notebook only. So I can tell notebook. And second important thing, most of the students sitting here, majority of you born only after 2000. At the age of 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 maybe. Some of them may be born late part of 90s. I know about your challenge. The time you born in this world, India had minimum 60 channels of TV after 2000. India had internets. So many things to disturb you and divert your attention and mind from the knowledge. I know about your challenge. And how much you are polluted through the social media. But I would like to share one thing with you. Today you write in your notebook after 15 years you see. When you get the age of 35, you see whether if I am right or wrong. Why I am telling? One thing at this age of your student, 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, one thing you don't like is somebody is finding fault with you, somebody is advising. These two people you don't like. That's the reason most of the children will tell me, my father is always complaining nature, my mother always trying to find fault with me. And no student will like a teacher who scold you, who advise you, who correct you, who find fault with you. If you are having that attitude, my experience I am sharing with you, my honest, humble request, if you are having a teacher who is finding fault with you, if you are finding a teacher who is scolding you, that means God is kind enough to bless you. Because the teacher is really interested in shaping up you. The teacher is really interested in shaping up you. Somebody is, go and ask the person achieved in life. Anybody achieved in life, go and ask them personally. How many times your teacher scolded you? How many times your parents scolded you? Not at your age. At least 10 to 15 years elder to you, go and ask them. You go and ask Sachin Tendulkar, he will tell how many times his coach punished him. You go and ask a good music singer, A.R. Rahman or anybody. He will tell how many times Ilayaraja punished him. Because the teacher wants perfection. The teacher wants achievement. The teacher wants commitment. The teacher knows what is the best in you, you can deliver. Understand? The teacher only knows what is the best in you, you can deliver. Until the best is coming out, he go on finding fault with you, he go on scolding you, you go on punishing. How from a diamond? How from a diamond? How many of you know diamond? Diamond is a black coal. Unless it is properly cut and shaped, it won't get its glittering value. It won't get its glittering value. My dear students, by birth you are a black diamond. By birth you are a black diamond. Because of the love and affection, your parents not in a position to advise you beyond your level. Because you are children to them, your parents are not in a position to advise beyond your level. But your teachers, who is scolding you, who is finding fault with you, who is advising you whenever you commit a mistake, what really they are doing? They are cutting you because they know you are a diamond. But you are today black diamond. They are cutting you, polishing you to bring the best glittering value out of you. Make the society to respect you. Make the society to respect you. Give them the opportunity. Give them the right. Today, take a commitment. Tell your parents, whenever I commit a mistake, scold me, punish me. I will take it in a good sense. Your life will be more perfect. Your life will be, long-term life will be more enjoyable. You will gain more respect in the society. Inside your four walls of your home, if you permit your parents to correct you, correct your mistake, correct your fall, and advise you properly, if you give that freedom to your parents, inside the four walls of your house, outside the four walls of your house, in the society, in your school, in your education center, today in your, tomorrow in your company, in your country, you will be the highest respected person. Same thing within the school premises, within the classroom premises. If your teacher or as an article assistant within your office premises, whenever your boss find a mistake on you, today if you ask me, Shekhar sir, what is the secret of your achievement? As a chartered accountant, I can tell only one person, my auditor under whom I have done 24 months of articles, Mr. H. Shanmugvel Virudhunagar. I am his first article clerk. For anything, everything, I am the only person for him to scold. That is the secret of my success. I am very, very happy. So many occasions he scolded me. But whatever he scolded me is an asset for me. It is an opportunity to correct me. It is an opportunity to improve me. It is an opportunity to show the power of my strength of knowledge to me, him. Improvement over. You find fault, you are going inside. But today's generation, I have seen, somebody is advising, somebody is finding fault with you, somebody is scolding you for your own mistake. You know that you committed the mistake. What you are doing? Take diversion. If you take diversion, whose loss? It is your loss, not the person's loss, teacher's loss. So, if you want to be an achiever, give teachers, your own teachers, the power to scold you, the power to find mistake on you, the power to respect, correct you. Then your future life will be flourishing. Before concluding, I would like to share last point. Because I have been given only 10 minutes time, I will take a little more. Last point. Today you are undergoing CA education, the best education in the world. the best education in the country in the field of accounts, audit, and finance. But one thing, life is something different, which is always have a challenge. Today, you may be studying direct tax law, indirect tax law, company law, insolvency law, all the laws. After passing examination, after some time, you so many laws, father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, so many laws physically trouble you. So life is always challenge. Without challenge, life is not enjoyable. Without problem, life is not enjoyable. So accept it. Challenge is inevitable. Challenge is the must to enjoy the life. If no 11 players are surrounding me, I am not interested in playing cricket. If there are no 11 players are around me, I am not interested in watching the football game. If no 7 players trying to catch me, I am not interested in playing a kabaddi game. So always challenges only make you to show your strength. But what is your commitment? Rise above the level of challenges. Rise above the level of challenges. As Thiruvalluvar told, Vellathanaya Malar Neer Mattam. Vellathanaya Malar Neer Mattam. What he told, water level is 50 feet. The lotus flower will be above 50 feet. I am not speaking politics. Water level is 500 feet. The lotus flower is above 500 feet. So always take a commitment in life. Challenge is inevitable, but I should rise above the level of challenges. Don't forget the words of Swami Vivekananda. Never lose faith in yourself. You can do anything in the universe. Awake, arise, achieve. All the best for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that inspiring speech. That was wonderful having you here today, sir. Thank you. Now we have a small tribute from Sikasa team for all the teachers. We would like to stage that on this occasion and followed by a vote of thanks, which will be delivered by Kavya.
எங்கள் கண்கள் கண்ட கடவுளும் நீயே Over to you, Kavya.
Happy Teachers' Day to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to all the dignitaries presented here. I would like to thank our chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. I would like to thank our guest of honor, CAG Sekhar Sir, Central Council Member of ICAI. I'd like to thank Chengalpet Branch Chairman, CAC Kadresan Sir, Chengalpet Sikasa Chairman, CAK Shivachandran Reddy Sir, CA speakers, Sikasa team members, participants, and beloved audience for making this celebration a great success. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who honored this function with their inspirational thoughts. Thank you.
Reddy sir. Reddy sir, exit பண்ணிடலாமா?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, committee members.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
so
sir.
much for gracing the occasion.
Sekhar sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, exit பண்ணலாமா sir?
பண்ணிடலாங்கம்மா. நீ எண்டால் கொடுத்துறேன்.